Hello, I'm Molly's mom, and I'm quickly going to just show y'all how to reline a vintage suitcase if for any reason you're redoing one, like this cute one that I'm redoing. So check it out. This is the most simple, quick, cheap, resourceful way to do it. And I've started on one side. You'll see that in here, this is obviously the side I haven't started on. It was covered in trashy, ugly blue material that was smelly and soaked with all kinds of, I don't know, years and years of vintage filth. So I ripped all that out and I put batting on this side, which my bag's a little beat up, but see, I just got this 80/20 quilter's batting. It's basically just cotton that's thin, what's used for quilting. And I've hot glued that into the case right here. And then I've taken the material I'm going to use, which is this feathered, pretty little material here, and I hot glued the edges over so it is stitch free. So to make it look like the seams are straight, I did hot glue all of the edges. Now, to fit it into your suitcase, I pre-measured it. I measured it exactly up to the edges on each side, and to make it lay perfectly in there, I'm going to pull these out, these two corners, and kind of make a bit of an inward point. Just a fold, you see, like that. And then that goes behind, and that's where you're going to do your first line of glue, is pinning these two behind, and then sealing it to itself in the front. Trying not to burn yourself with hot glue like I'm doing. Hot glue is not always the best option to use, but it is definitely the most resourceful and the cheapest and the easiest to work with, in my opinion. So that is why I choose it. It doesn't necessarily mean I recommend it, but it is what I use always. I also use some spray adhesive, which I might show y'all shortly. And if y'all can't see what I'm doing here, I'm just lining the very edge of the inside of this with the hot glue and pressing it, the seam, against it. And you'll see the way that we did those inward folds, that's what has helped create your corners here. You see, and then we'll just be able to go around and it will have the natural dip of the suitcase in the square that your fabric originally was. So that's super handy. When you get down here towards the bottom, you do the exact same thing as you did up there, bending your two corners in and then tucking them up behind here. So let's pin this one just as we did up here, the very same approach. Throw another hot glue stick in there. So I'm running a little low. try not to beat your suitcase up like I'm doing. That's definitely not recommended handling instructions. Unless, of course, you did your inside before the outside. That's what the smart thing to do is. I went ahead and did the opposite. I did the outside before doing this to the inside, so I'm having to be very careful. It's really quite annoying, but it'll be worth it. Now you'll find that once you've pinned all your sides and, glued all your edges and everything, there's actually a lot of excess in here. If you did what I did and measured over, what I like to do is just tuck that into the edges and then trace it with a ribbon or something of the sort. There's definitely a way to do these and make them look better than before. Unless you just, even if you're trying to go just like before, that's very doable too. It all depends on the time that you take. Okay, I think that I might use lace to trim mine with. I'm not quite sure. What do you think? Boring. I will probably use this blue. Not quite sure, but really my point of this was just showing y'all how to quickly line it. Makeshift, just trying to do a good job, but stay cheap and simple. This is not my best work, and I'm going to have to go back over this several times just to make it set in properly, but yeah, y'all get the point of it anyhow, and the gist of it. Just pick your, exactly what you're going for. I picked the fabric to match the look that you're going for your outside, because check this out. I don't know if y'all are ready for this. Outside of this here little box of mine. Let me see. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Casey Musgraves, but peep this. Follow your arrow wherever it points. Pretty cute, huh? So I think that will be pretty with the feathered inside. And hopefully you'll think the same. And hopefully my video is at least a little bit helpful to y'all. And I wish y'all luck with your arts and crafts and all your endeavors. And please like and subscribe, especially to my daughter, Molly Rapper Silly. She is basically the best YouTuber and daughter and just human overall there ever was. So yeah, check her out, Molly Rapper Silly. And I appreciate your time. Y'all have a great day or night, whatever it is for you.